And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. The collapse of Silicon Valley Bank has many of their customers worried. You have seen it on national news. People with accounts in locations across California and Massachusetts have been withdrawing funds from their accounts. They call that a run on the bank. There aren't any locations here in Texas, but we be worried about our money sitting in any bank in the U.S.? CPA Ed Gardner joins us now here on The Factor Uncensored. Ed, when you hear about, first of all, how does a bank collapse? We all expect the bank to have millions. Then they have the FDIC insurance, securing certain deposits to a certain amount. So how does a bank collapse?
They didn't do a fundamental of investing. They didn't diversify. They invested most of their money in long-term, low-interest securities, bonds. And then, we've had inflation. And they keep raising the interest rates, keep raising it. And here they had, and so they had to sell assets early. And then they also went after one industry. They went after venture capitalists. They didn't have enough small depositors. And social media actually was part of the problem with this, Isaiah, because last Thursday, about 200 venture capitalists that banked with them got on a chat. And they were worried, so they went in on Friday and they took out their deposits.
And we're talking about large deposits that may have sustained this bank. Now, this is not like a Bank of America or a Capital One. This is a smaller bank, right?
Right. They actually tripled in size around 20 and 21. They had about $200 billion in assets. But when you just have a few clients with large deposits and somebody pulls out a big fish, look what happens in the pond.
Absolutely. Now, for those who may be concerned, for those who may be part of the Bank of America's, Wells Fargo, Capital One, and be concerned about a run on the bank and losing their money, first of all, what is the federal government there to do in situations like this, and how far are they protected? What's their buffer zone for protection from the federal government?
Well, back in 1933, Roosevelt created the FDIC, a government agency, and they have banks actually reinsure themselves. I believe they put away about 12 cents on every $100 of deposit. And so they have money there just in case there's any problem with any banks. In fact, they started out with about $2,500, and now it's up to $250,000 that FDIC protects. So one, just make sure your bank has FDIC insurance and not have more than $250,000 if you're lucky to have that much money.
Right, exactly. And if you have more than that, because some people do, some people have saved well, thrifty as hell, cheap as hell. And if you have more than $250,000, what would you suggest in a savings? And you're talking about liquidity, money. What would you suggest? Spread it out over various banks?
Right. Instead of having everything in ABC Bank, go to XYZ Bank. You could have money in a spouse's name. It's $250 for each individual.
All right. Ed, good to see you. Always glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. And we will see you back here next week.